Welcome to CWV Podcast. We live with lives that are broken.
What is next Afterlife? The last episode on the CWV album from August to September.
Welcome to Quick Podcast. In this thought-provoking episode, we will delve into the concept of after death and explore what may lie beyond our physical existence. Join us as we embark on a fascinating journey to understand the possibility and theories surrounding the afterlife. What is afterlife? The term afterlife refers to the belief or concept of what happens to a person's consciousness or soul after death. It is commonly associated with the various religious and spiritual beliefs. While different cultures and religions had different interpretations of the afterlife, the general idea is that it is a continuation of existence beyond physical death. They believe that after life death, the soul is reborn into a new body to continue its spiritual journey. This is commonly found in religions like Hinduism and Buddhism. Many religious traditions, including Christianity, Islam, believe in the existence of a heavenly realm where the righteous are rewarded and a hellish realm where the wicked are punished. In some Christian domination, there is a belief in an intermediate state of purification and preparation for the heaven known as purgatory. In Buddhism, nirvana is the ultimate goal, representing the cessation of suffering and the end of cycle of rebirth. Certain cultures and indigenous beliefs hold that the afterlife is a realm where ancestors continue to exist and play a role in the lives of the living. It is important to note that the concept of the afterlife is subjective and varies widely depending on cultural, religious, and philosophical perspectives. Different individuals and belief systems may have other own unique interpretations and understanding of what happens after death. Now we move to the element or key you need to know. And you've spoken on the afterlife. Then we are moving to near-death experience, which is NDE. Near-death experience, commonly known as NDEs, are profound and often transformative experiences that occur to individuals who come close to death or have been declared clinically dead but are later revived. These experiences have been reported across cultures and throughout history, sparking curiosity and debate among scientists, theologians, and the general public. Here are some key points about near-death experience. The NDEs typically involve a range of subjective experience, which may include feeling of peace, a sense of floating outside the body, moving through a tomb, encountering the deceased loved ones or spiritual being, and a life review. Some individuals also report a sense of being in a different realm or dimension. While the specific of the NDE can vary, several common elements have been identified. These include a sense of profound peace and well-being, heightened senses, a feeling of timelessness, a perception of a bright light or a physical body. NDEs have become a subjective scientific investigation, primarily in the field of psychology, neuroscience, and consciousness studies. Researchers have used various methods, including surveys, interview, and analysis of medical surveys, interviews, and analysis of medical records. Yes, collect data and understand the psychological and physiological aspect of these experiences. A number of various theories have been proposed to explain NDEs. Some scientists suggest that this experience could be a result of physiological and psychological processes such as oxygen deprivation, neurochemical changes, or the brain's attempts to make sense of a traumatic event. Others propose that the NDEs may have a spiritual or a transcendental contentment stemming from the existence of a consciousness separate from physical body. Despite the growing scientific interest, NDEs continue to generate skepticism and criticism. Skeptics argue that this experience can be explained by physiological and psychological factors alone, such as the hallucinations, memory glitches, or a cultural experiences. They also highlight the challenges of studying the NDEs scientifically due to their subjective nature. It's important to note that while the NDEs are fascinating and have captured public interest, scientific research is ongoing and there is still much to learn about this experience. The NDEs are the scientific organization that deals with studying the philosophical and the psychological aspect of death. Studying the realm of the spirit, studying the afterlife, studying how people die and move to a different dimension. They offer a unique perspective on the mystery surrounding death and the afterlife. Yes, so we are moving to the next segment, talking about the mediumship and spirit communication. And in this aspect, we'll be talking about the connection with the spirit world and receiving messages from departed souls. Here are some key points about mediumship and spirit communication. Mediumship is the practice of communicating with spirits or entities from the spirit world. A medium is a person who acts as a bridge between the physical and spiritual realm, relaying messages from spirits to the living. Mediums use various methods to communicate with the spirit, such as clairaudience. It's a clairaudience, that is seeing spirits. We have the clairaudience, hearing of spirits, and the clairsentience, feeling the presence of spirits. It's just like how we call God the omniscience, omnipresent, and omnipotent. So it's also this applicable here. Here we have the clairvoyance, that's seeing the spirits, and here we have the clairaudience, that is hearing of the spirits, and here we have the clairsentience, that is feeling of the presence of the spirits. So they may also employ tools like sharing memos, ghost boxes, or tarot cards to enhance their communication. Mediumship has a long history and is found in many cultures and spiritual traditions worldwide. It has been practiced by centuries by individuals who believe in the existence of an afterlife and seek to communicate with departed loved ones or receive guidance from spiritual beings. Here it's talking about them using mediumship to speak to dead people through some various aspects, like they use the caring memos, they use ghost boxes, or they use the tarot cards to enhance their communication. So the mediums often often conduct seances of readings to facilitate communication with spirits during these seasons. They may enter a trance state or altered state of consciousness to establish a stronger connection with the spirit world. Ethical considerations are important in mediumship. Responsible mediumship prioritize the well-being of their clients and the spirit they communicate with. They strive to provide accurate and helpful information while maintaining respect and integrity. Mediumship is not limited to professional mediums. Some individuals may have natural mediumistic abilities and experience potential spirits. Communication without formal training. Here is talking about some individuals may possess these natural mediumistic abilities and experience spontaneous spirits communication without formal training. They don't train for it. Some people have it naturally, and if you're interested, or it leads your interest in learning more about mediumship and spirit communication, there are books on these things. So there are online books where you can learn about mediumship communication if you want to practicalize it, if you want to know about it. And they are also available on workshops can provide further insights and guidance on this. Next segment is talking about the role of religion and faith. The role of religion and faith is a complex and multifaceted topic that has been societized and individuals throughout history. Religion refers to a system of belief and practice that often involves a higher power of supernatural entity, while faith refers to an individual's personal belief and trust in that system. Here are some key words about the role of religion and faith. Religion and faith provide individuals with a sense of meaning and purpose in life. They offer explanations about the origins of the universe, the nature of human, and the moral principles that guide behavior and existence. Many people found comfort and solace in religious teachings, which can help them navigate life's challenges and find a sense of belonging. Religion often provides a moral and ethical framework for individuals and communities. They establish guidance or guidelines for behavior, defining what's right and wrong, and offer principles for living a virtuous life. These teachings can shape personal value and influence societal norms, helping to foster a more cohesive and ethical society. Religion plays a significant role in building and sustaining communities. Places of worship such as churches, mosques, temples, and synagogues often serve as gathering place or space where people come together for worship, fellowship, and share rituals. These religious communities provide a sense of belonging, support, and social cohesion among their members. Religious texts, scriptures, and teachings contain guidance and wisdom that individuals can draw upon when facing life's dilemmas and challenges. These texts often provide moral teachings, ethical principles, and guidance on how to live a meaningful and virtuous life. They can offer solace, inspiration, and a source of guidance for believers. It is essential to note that the role of religion and faith can vary significantly across different cultures, societies, and individuals. People may approach and interpret their religious belief differently, leading to a wide range of practice and perspectives. The next segment, which is coping with the fear of death. Coping with the fear of death. This is the last segment for the show. Coping with fear of death is a deeply personal and existential challenge that many individuals face at different points in their lives. Here are some strategies that may help in navigating and coping with these fears. Recognize that fear of death is a natural and universal human experience. It is normal to have concern and anxious about the unknown. Acknowledging this fear and accepting it is a part of life can be the first step in coping with it. Educate life/death to yourself. Learn about the physical and emotional processes involved in death, as well as different cultural and religious beliefs surrounding death can help demystify the topic and alleviate some fears. Seek information from reputable sources or engage in discussions with professionals such as psychologists or religious leaders may provide valuable insights. Engage in introspective practice such as journaling, meditation, or therapy to better understand your fears and anxiety. This self-exploration can help you develop a more meaningful and accepting perspective on the inevitable of death. Cultivate a sense of purpose and meaning in your life. Engage in activities and pursuits that bring you joy, fulfillment, and a sense of acknowledgement. Focusing on liking a purposeful life can help shift the focus away from the fear of death and instead emphasize the importance of making the most of the time we have. Seek support and connection with loved ones or friends or support groups. Sharing your fears and concerns with others can provide comfort, validation, and a sense of community. Engaging in open and honest conversation about death can help normalize the topic and alleviate some of the fears associated with it. Remember, coping with the fear of death is a personal journey, and what works for one person may not work for the other. It's important to be patient with yourselves and give yourself permission to explore different strategies until you find what works best for you. Thank you for joining us on the CWV podcast as we have looked into the captivating exploration of the afterlife through cultural perspectives, scientific insights, and personal experiences. As we have also shed light on the mysterious and that's beyond the earthly realm. Open your mind, engage in thought-provoking conversations, and contemplate what may await us in the next chapter of existence.
Remember to subscribe to the CWV podcast to stay updated on our latest episodes and join the community of curious minds seeking knowledges and understanding. Follow our social media handles to read our blogs and updates. Content Writer's Voice is a company that was created with the motive of inspiring and educating people on self-development and social well-being. Don't forget to book for your writing services. Get more info on Google. Thank you for listening.